Good morning, welcome back to my channel, welcome to a new video, welcome if you are new. I genuinely thought when I opened the blinds this morning there'd be a little bit of sun outside, just like an inch. Like it's like past 7, it's 7:30. How is there still no light outside? Like I wasn't expecting bright sunshine, but I was expecting something. Anyway, I am now up. It is Monday, it's my first day back at work post-Christmas, and I'm home alone. Alex is still in France with his parents. He doesn't get back until so late on Friday, it's basically Saturday. And so I have the whole of this work week on my own. Actually, to be honest, after like the chaos of Christmas, which obviously I'm so thankful for, but you just see so many people. I am quite looking forward to like not having to see anyone unless I like choose to. The weekend that's just gone, which I did film, I just had such a nice time. But like I said, it is now 7:30 on Monday. I need to go to the supermarket to pick up some food. The supermarket I think opened at 6:30 or 7, so it'll be open by now. I'm gonna head over there, pick up the bits I need to pick up for the week. And then I think that's a good way to start the week off. But yeah, it's so dark. Hopefully by the time I get back from the supermarket, the sun will be out. Oh my God, I got so drenched. Like, look, what is this? This is my leg. I'm home. I actually cannot wait to get a car. Like, I'm just so bored of walking in the rain. It's fine when it's sunny. Like, I don't necessarily mind carrying stuff back from the supermarket because I did it for, 8 years or so living in London. I've bought everything I need to buy, and I got a couple of things not on the list, but they're all like good things rather than unhealthy snack decisions. I got some leeks, tea, tampons and pads, stock cubes, broccoli, sweet teriyaki, easy chopped garlic, and then the two things I bought kind of not by accident because I actually picked them up on purpose, but like they weren't on the list. One is the Sharwood's korma sauce. Alex doesn't like curry, so when he's here I don't eat it. As he's not here, korma sauce. And I bought some red fruit yogurts because I'm trying to eat less snacks, but I always crave something sweet after dinner. So I just thought potentially like a yogurt could be a good alternative. And it's still only 8:20, so I've still got like an hour until I start work. It's so wet outside, man. I'm now set up to start work. It's so grey outside. I have to have all the lights on. Not quite the vibe I wanted for my first day back at work, but it's the vibe nonetheless. I'm also reading probably the book that isn't the right book to be reading when you're home alone. It's a book about a haunted house. Like, it's actually pretty damn creepy. So yeah, it is now 36 minutes past 9. I've just cleared through Slack notifications and a couple of emails. I've still got 96 emails left to go, which actually isn't too bad because I've been off for 2 weeks. Gave me some of these, which I think is absolutely hilarious. This is called the fuck it list. Just one of these little like to-do list checkers, but obviously hilarious. And then we've got for fuck's sake and meh. I think they are absolutely perfect. Oh, it is 11:30 and I have ticked off a couple of bits off my to-do list. So I'm coming downstairs to congratulate myself by making a cup of tea. Just filling out some wraps and sales data for a show. Got a knock on the door. I ordered many books, so I don't know which book this is. So this is one of the House of Light books. If you saw my last vlog, I picked up a chunk of these from a charity shop, not a charity shop, a bookshop here. But they've been republished with different covers and I only picked up the first 5, so I've picked up the rest of them. And there's like 7 of them on their way, but for some reason one got delivered today by DPD rather than Amazon. Right, I've had lunch. It is now time to head to the library and return the 2 books I read recently. We have The Flat Share by Beth O'Leary and Rouge by Mona Awad. This was the weirdest book I have ever read. I have made it back. I got some books. So I'm kind of using the library as a way to read books that I would just never think to pick up, either because I've never heard of them or just because they're not kind of books that I would typically read. I've heard of Sarah Adams, but the other two I've literally heard nothing about, and I just thought they all sounded interesting for very different reasons. We have The Match by Sarah Adams. This is about a woman who either runs a service dog training or goes to get a service dog. I can't remember. And then she meets Jacob, fall in love. This one is called Out of Touch, and it's about a father who sends 2 letters to his estranged / never knew them children. I think the father died or is dying. And then this is In a 1,000 Different Ways by Cecilia Ahern. I think is how you pronounce their name. This just sounded so unusual. So it's about a woman called Alice who can basically see emotions, and it's kind of like an overwhelming feeling seeing thousands and thousands of emotions all the time. But then there's one person she can't read, and it's like, will that person therefore be her person? I picked up 3 very random books. The Amazon man has just been, and I've got a load more parcels to open, which I think are going to be the rest of the House of Night series. Open it up. These are 2 more books. More books. There'll be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So yeah, these are all of the remaining books from the House of Night series. I just filmed my reaction as I finished the book. Like, I'm literally not reading the last couple of pages of a book and reading those and then filming my reaction, and that reel will be coming shortly, or YouTube short. This book is so creepy. So not the right book to read when you're home alone in an old house. It's effectively a book about a haunted house that a family move into. The house needs a lot of love and a lot of work. It is like a massive, massive, very old house. And then it feels like everything just keeps going wrong with it, and like their life just keeps falling apart. And you feel quite stressed reading it. Like, I was getting quite like stressed. Stressed is the closest thing I can say to how I was feeling. Like, it was really freaking stressful. There is a second book in this duology, which I assume follows the family that get introduced at the end. I need to go and read something a little bit light, a little bit fluffier, because Jesus. I'm gonna see if there's anything on my monthly TBR that fits that brief. And if not, we will go and pick something off the bookcase. I don't really think I have what I'm in the mood for. These are all quite serious reads. I wonder if I might read the first of this series that I picked up. I really need to get more bookcase space. Marked by PC and Kristen Cast, which is the first book in the House of Night series, which I've now gathered down the side here. It is I think it's YA, but it's a book that follows, I think they're vampires, but I can't quite remember off the top of my head. And I think this one is basically her becoming one. So yeah, I'm gonna give this one a little read because I remember roughly what happens, and I think I need something a little bit less intense because my head hurts. Morning, it is now Tuesday. I am up, I am dressed, I am ready, I have washed my hair, and it's time to go to the office. I slept terribly last night, like so bad. But yeah, I didn't sleep very well. I woke up at like 3 and then 4. I need to leave the house in like 5 minutes. So I'm currently putting on my shoes. I've gathered all my stuff. I am wearing this jumper, which is from New Look. I've always wanted like a white cream high neck, roll neck jumper, and they are so easy to come by. I just thought, why am I delaying? But I'm not going to buy an expensive one because white clothing and me have like an unhealthy relationship. I don't basically want to buy anything white that's expensive unless it's really special. And I will chat to you guys when I'm back. Same spot, many hours later. I have finished the workday, I've made it home. It's time to cook dinner, and I'm gonna make some chicken korma for dinner. And I finished my book on the train home, so I'm gonna start, I forget what the book's called, while I kind of wait for things to cook. I'm kind of accidentally reading 1 book a day. Not something I'll be able to continue. It means I am 6 books in and 7 days into the year. Yeah, I have made it home, and it's time to cook dinner. Books are loosely based. Oh, it is dark this morning. It is now the next day. It's cold. It's so cold. I mean, we've already spent £3 today heating the house to the nighttime temperature, which is like 16 or 17 degrees. Good morning. Today is Thursday. I actually don't remember the last thing I said to you. I find, and this is the reason why I stopped weekly vlogging, my midweeks are very samey because I work. And I work quite a long shift every day. So I feel like my vlogs become quite like, got this. You're going to work, you're doing your job, you're coming home, you're cooking dinner, you're going to bed. It's why I stopped filming the weekly vlogs, because I was like, it's getting boring to edit, let alone watch, because my day-to-day life is just quite samey. I don't really have any like shows to go to that I have to go to for work. Obviously could go to shows. So like, it's just, I feel like there's nothing in particular that happens in my everyday week. Next week we are dog sitting, so next week is a different week, and I'm so excited. But yeah, at the moment it's just samey. I wanted to document it because I was on my own. It is Thursday. I've got up, I'm dressed. I washed my fringe, but not the rest of my hair. And because I get quite greasy roots, but actually my hair is quite clean, I feel like if I wash my fringe and keep my fringe out, you don't really see the dirty roots. It just looks like I've got clean hair. Honestly, if you have slightly shorter front to your hair, whether it's bangs, whether it's a full fringe, whether it's layers, I don't know, wash the front of your hair and then tie the back up. It also protects your hairline, so that like really slicked back bun look, which I still do occasionally, but doing that look all the time, it damages the front of your hairline. So this is also a bit of a safer way to still have like a slick back look, but also not, and also protect your hair. I've got ready like super early and I have another like 20 minutes until I need to leave the house. So I think I'm gonna head upstairs and just sit and read my book. So I have accidentally, I say accidentally, obviously nothing really is an accident, but I have accidentally read a book every day so far this year. Keep finishing books in a day, and then obviously I start a new book. And the book that I'm currently reading is a library book, so I know very little about either the book or the author. I just picked it up because I wanted to expand what I was reading. It sounded interesting, and yeah, that's about it. So this is Out of Touch by Hayley, I think you can pronounce it Hayley Ager. And I was reading this in bed last night and I got halfway. It's a really, really easy read. It's about two siblings who have lost touch with each other and their dad for like a whole host of reasons. They both get sent a letter from their dad basically saying that he is really ill and he wants to reconcile with them and make up with them. And the sister has just been through a car accident. The husband is like, the brother, I don't know if it's an unhappy marriage, but it's like not, something in that marriage is not quite content, like something's not quite matching up. So you watch the two of them deal with the bits they're dealing with, also try and reconcile with their dad, and also try and reconcile with each other. It's not like the genre I gravitate towards. It's not the genre that I would necessarily say is my favourite, but it adds variety, and if I'm not careful, I just read romance and fantasy. So yeah, I'm gonna sit and read a bit more of this book. I'm currently on page 154. I'm enjoying how floppy the pages are. And then because there's only 300 pages in this book, and I will read that today and on my commute, I'm gonna bring a second book with me. And I think I'm gonna go for Killer Instinct by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is the second book in the Naturals series, which is about a collection of teenagers who have like unnaturally strong abilities to do certain things that are useful to the FBI. So yeah, I think I'm gonna read this as my second book. What a long day at work. But I've made it home. It is evening, I'm home. Alex gets back tomorrow and I'm simultaneously very excited to see him and also quite sad that my solo week's over. It was a very heavy office week this week. What I'm opening right now, you can't actually see it, but I will show you, is our weekly odd box. So we get odd box delivered, and we've recently moved on to the pick your own box scheme, which I actually think is perfect. We've kept one or two things in here that are still a bit unusual because it's kind of what we like about our box, but what we have is tomatoes, 3 green peppers. I forget what this is, but it came up and I didn't know what it was. we googled it and it was like cabbage. We then have some mange tout and some green beans, loads of red onions, loads of these little like baby carrots, and some potatoes. The lighting may not be great, but there's not a huge amount I can do. If you are in the UK right now or know anyone in the UK right now, this video is going up the Sunday after I filmed it. It is cold. It is, I think it's currently -2, feels -5. And overnight it's gonna get to -5, I think feels -8. Which I know to countries that like get cold temperatures, that probably doesn't sound like a lot. But considering I think the average temperature for January in the UK, I think it's like 3 or 4 degrees, maybe a little bit higher. Yeah, so the average temperature for January in the UK where I live is 7 degrees. And like I said, tonight it's gonna hit -5. And like during the day, I don't think the weather has got above freezing for like 3 days. And we live in a very old house and the heating just cannot keep up. The thermostat has been set at 20 degrees since Tuesday. I don't think the house has actually ever hit 20 degrees. It hit it on Monday because I lit the fire, but apart from that, the house just is not getting warm. Tomorrow I'm at home all day, so I'm gonna light the fire again. But what I have done is gone out my trusty electric heater, which I know is really fucking expensive to run. But I've got my little electric heater that I used to use in my, I used to live in a garage conversion in Ealing. That place was cold because it was a garage conversion. I used to use it there. And then I was reading my book, and I will continue my book, which is Killer Instinct by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is the second book in the Natural series, and I found the first one, while I loved the premise, I found it a little bit like it didn't really get into anything enough. And I think this one, because you've already introduced the characters, you kind of know their backstory, you know what's going on, they kind of went straight into it pretty much from the first page. And it's a slightly longer book than the first one, so it feels like there's more meat on the bone, and I'm actually having a great time. Do you like my Thunderbirds jumper? I worked on a Thunderbirds event, I think in 2018, maybe just before then, and we had loads of merch left over from it. So when my agency that I used to work for closed, I stole it. It's really freaking cozy. So yeah, now the heater is heating the room up. I've got my cup of tea. I'm in bed. I'm gonna get nice and cozy and probably finish this book because there's less than 100 pages left and it's only like 9 o'clock. So I finished my book. Freaking loved it. It was so good. But it does mean I need to head out of the very warm, cozy room into the rest of the house to get on the book. So yeah, today I have finished both Out of Touch and Killer Instinct. So I'm gonna pop this one back on the bookshelf. And then I think I'm gonna pick another book from my monthly TBR. So you've got Shadow and Bone, An American Marriage, You, The Toll, and The Fear. So I think I might read You by Caroline Kepnes. I think this is gonna be my next book, and because I already know the plot of it, it should be a relatively straightforward read. Good morning. Welcome to Friday. Friday is a half day for work, so at least I've got the afternoon. I've taken in some logs to dry off. I've got loads of logs already in the living room ready to burn, but these need to come in and dry off because it's so icy outside. There's a thin layer of frost over all the logs. The sunrise has little like pink bits in the sky. The sun could rise a little bit quicker. That would be nice. Anyway, I'm gonna settle myself into the living room for the rest of the day. It's currently 8:15, so I don't need to start work for like nearly 2 hours. Nearly 2 hours. So I've got loads and loads of time. I can take it nice and chill. I can maybe start my book that I didn't start last night and have some breakfast. I'm gonna take it nice and chill. Fire is
well and truly going. We've just had the brief from the client on next year's summer show. So I've just sent an update to the team and I'm going on my lunch break at 8 minutes to 2 when we finish at 3. So I'm gonna come back for like 10-15 minutes and then it's gonna be the end of the day. But that's fine. And as much as it is absolutely freezing, it's also really delightful outside. I don't know if you can leave a log fire unattended, but I kind of want to go for a quick walk. I also need to get milk because I need milk. I need milk to have a cup of tea. It is a basic level requirement for me to be happy. So I'm just gonna quickly search, can you leave a log fire unattended? I imagine it's gonna say no. If I just like run to the corner shop and back, right? Is my house gonna burn down? It's been a very busy, I've actually done quite a lot despite the fact it's been quite chill. I've been prepping an end of year campaign report. I've been on the client to take the brief for the new summer season and I have followed up on loads of like unfinished actions from the week. So although it's been a very chill day, I've got quite a lot of things done. So I do feel like I'm finishing off the week with like a nice little bow, which is absolutely delightful. But yeah, I'm gonna run off to the shops, grab some milk. I honestly just ran to the shops and back, partly because leaving the fire unattended made me a little bit nervous and partly because it was freezing. So I grabbed myself a bag of crisps. I have now like half an hour or so before I need to clock back in. So I'm gonna sit and eat my packet of crisps. I'll keep an eye on Slack and work notifications just because most people will clock off at 3 and I'm having a very late lunch today because I had a client meeting at 1. So I'm just gonna sit here with my crisps and read more of my books. I'm currently on page 85. It's pretty much following the TV show. I think Joe's neighbours that exist in the TV show don't exist in the book. At least they're not cropped up yet. And I feel like I remember people saying when it first came out they'd added those characters in to at least give him some redeeming qualities. So yeah, that character doesn't exist in this book, which means he's probably more unlikable than ever. And I know the TV show you're kind of inside his head, but obviously like really inside his head in this book. Alright. Oh my god, look at my little leaf go. This cheese plant is honestly thriving in this house. On the other hand, a lot of the other plants are struggling with the temperature. What can you do? But I'm gonna get the house ready for the evening, pop round, close all of the curtains and all of the blinds, and yeah.
Of my goals, more loads of dishes to go. This is still a hot mess. I needed a few things that had no relief systems, but I got some photos.
Showered. I feel very fresh. I feel like I'm becoming an evening showerer, but I have like 30 pages left of my book. Like I have read this entire book today. But yeah, I'm coming to round this video up. Like I said, Alex, well, he's just boarded his plane, so he will be back in a couple of hours, and then I no longer am living on my own. Although I have quite enjoyed getting to know and love the house, just like in my own little way. Like I have actually quite enjoyed that. I really hope you guys enjoyed spending the week with me. If you did, give it a thumbs up, click subscribe, because tomorrow, as much as Alex is back, we also get a dog to dog sit for the week, and I'm so excited. So I will obviously vlog that and you can watch that because she's an absolute little gem, and dog sitting a dog in the house, I feel like it's gonna be so different to what we experienced when we dog sat in the flat. So yeah, I'm very excited to have a dog in this little home and see what that's like. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, click subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!